Today I want to do a compare and contrast of the Rolex Submariner versus the Omega Seamaster. I've enjoyed both of these watches, so what I want to do is firstly let's just get a quick visual of the watches, and I'll do a deep dive into the pros, kind of what my experiences with both watches. So hopefully you can get this on the video. I'll try to get as close as I can. Let's look at the bracelets, and then kind of look at the other side. So this is a Submariner, and then that's the Omega. The one on the right is the Submariner, the black one, and the one on the left is the Seamaster. Both these watches have been worn by 007 in the movies. Submariner was 007's first watch, and then he's now recently migrated to the Omega series. Okay, so let's talk about the Submariner first. So this watch I got in 2011, and at that point in time I think it was retailing around 6,950, so that's what I paid for it. It's a beautiful watch. I got the one without the date. I didn't want the Cyclops Eye. I felt the non-date version would look much better, and I think that was the right decision by me. And I already had an earlier Rolex in the past, the Datejust, which had the Cyclops Eye. I enjoyed it for a while, but then I didn't really just feel it. I didn't think it made sense paying another $1,000 more just to get the Cyclops Eye, when you can easily use a calendar or your computer or your phone these days to understand what date it is. So you don't really need a watch to tell you the date. And then the other kind of main reason was that it looks much better. I think the Submariner without the date, it looks significantly better than, it looks a lot better than the one with the date. So it's clean look, clean classic look. Just looks absolutely great. Look at this thing. It's got the oyster bracelet, so that's a traditional Rolex sign there. So this is the oyster bracelet. So it's a black color, and the way I use this Rolex Submariner is I typically wear it with a suit. When I want to get all dressed up, I typically wear it with a suit, and then I can also wear it with jeans. That's not a problem at all, because you can go, you can dress both these watches with the suit. You can dress it up and you can dress down. I've really enjoyed the Rolex Submariner. It's a beautiful looking watch. I think it's got about a 40mm case, and it's just a classic design. It's been around for years. This is the kind of the watch that started the whole diving concept. This Rolex Submariner. So it's beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. I've really enjoyed it. So okay, now let's talk about the Seamaster, the one right next to it. So this is the one. This is the current model. This is basically the 300M. I think this is the 300 Diver M watch, and it's the current model. And I picked this up in 2014, just last year. And it's the blue dial, blue version, and it's a 40. I think it's slightly bigger than the Rolex. It's a 42mm. It's definitely bigger. And I got the one in the blue shade because I didn't want a black, in black. I wanted something different, so I got kind of the blue kind of shade. And in kind of, it also changes color in kind of certain light conditions. It looks black, but if you really look closely, it's really a kind of a blue shade of it. And it's got kind of the thing about this watch is the bracelet compared to the Rolex. This bracelet looks much better. It's beefier. It's a 20mm all round straight cut through, versus the Rolex. It's kind of like tapered. It starts off 20mm, but then it starts kind of tapering and goes slender. So the bracelet on this thing is really kind of nice. And let me just get this thing here adjusted. Yeah, so the bracelet's really nice. The dial is bigger. It just looks classic design. I typically wear this with jeans, and then I can also pull this watch. You can dress it up with a suit as well. I think this watch retails around $4,200, and it's half the price of the Rolex. So from my point of view, yes, the Submariner is something you definitely want. But if budget is an issue with you, then I think you can get just a similar, just as good quality watch in the Omega at almost half the price, and kind of you'd still have a rewarding experience, kind of an owner's experience using the Seamaster. So half the price is pretty good value. I think value-wise and quality-wise, the Seamaster is just spectacular. So these are the both watches. The other thing about the Rolex is one of the pluses points about the Rolex is it maintains its value. So right now, the one that I have, it's gone up in price. I think it retails what, 7,500 or close to 8,000 right now, 7,990. And with the date, it's 1,000 more. So the Rolex definitely appreciates in value over time. I don't think the Seamaster kind of goes up in value over time, because I'm not that familiar with it. Because the reason why I say that about the Rolex is my earlier Datejust, I'd used that for 10 years, and I'd pretty much got what I'd paid. I'd got more selling it than what I had paid for it. So both these watches are great investments. I've really enjoyed it, the ownership experience of them both. Here are the original boxes. This is the Rolex box. This is the Omega box. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do a couple of further videos doing a deep dive into each watch, each of these watches. But I wanted to just show you what these look like. These both classic watches. I've really enjoyed the ownership experience of these watches. They just look great. Every time I wear it, it kind of draws looks. Everyone is asking what kind of watch it is. So it's great. I highly recommend both watches. If you have the money, definitely get the Submariner. But if you're on a budget, I think you can get the same kind of enjoyable ownership experience with the Seamaster, because they've both been used by 007. They just look absolutely great with a suit or dressed down with a casual pair of jeans.